opportunity to read it. I don't think that I would have gotten that standing ovation had I attacked the Patriot Act in Texas 5 or 6 years ago. But something is happening in the country that is causing people to realize that one of the true things that Ronald Reagan said is that the government is not your friend, and that they are now seeing not only what President Obama and his folks are doing, but what President Bush and his folks did before, and they realize that much of it is equally repugnant to the Constitution and to our natural rights.
I think you're absolutely right. And again, I think that the continuity, the unmitigated continuity between things is starting to come into full view for people, and they are repulsed by it. They don't want this. You know, people recognize that the TARP legislation that, came online about a year ago is the economic or the financial equivalent of the Patriot Act. It was a massive bill that nobody had read. And yet it was pushed through, and we were told it was too important to stop the process and actually even debate or discuss or even know what was fully in any of these bills. You've seen versions of that with the health care bill where, the Baucus bill or whatever is already running to 1,000 pages, and that's without the 500 amendments that have been attached to it already. People are starting to understand more fully, at least in the 21st century, with a clean slate where we had a Republican big government president and a Democratic big government president, that the problem is big government, that it is a slow lurching beast that destroys much more than it protects or preserves. And again, we've gone through a social revolution, a cultural and economic revolution over the past 30 years, where individuals at all levels of society are more in control of what they want in most parts of their lives, and now they are finally demanding it in politics as well.
I like that, a slow lurching beast that destroys more than it protects. Nick Gillespie, thanks very much for joining us.
My pleasure, Judge.